this is only tangentially linked, but it's a mind-blowing story that revolves around the release of a book about Donald Trump. Michael Wolff. He released a book this week called Fire and Fury, what it's like inside the Trump White House, an expose. And it's got some stories in it that are just complete nonsense, that don't stand up to any scrutiny, don't even make sense if you look at the timelines. For example, Michael Wolff regurgitated claims he'd made in a previous interview in 2017 that Donald Trump didn't know what Brexit was. And yet, if you look at the timeline, Donald Trump has said prior to these claims being made, he's talked about Brexit on multiple occasions and used the term Brexit. The sticking point wasn't that he didn't know what Brexit was. He knew it was Britain's exit from the European Union. He just didn't know what the word was, which honestly, I would forgive a world leader. People forget that when George Bush met with a delegation of world leaders, he didn't even know what the fucking Ministry of Defense's name, somebody who was going to be meeting from Pakistan, he couldn't even remember their name. People let George Bush get away with that. Donald Trump, in the interview, Michael Wolff goes, so what about Brexit? And Donald Trump goes, And then Michael Wolff goes, Brexit. And Donald Trump looks at him blank. And then he goes, what's going on with Britain and the European Union? And Donald Trump goes, oh, yeah. Britain totally went out of the European Union. I totally support them in doing it. They've had a lot of problems with the European Union. Go Britain. And so he did know what Brexit was. He just didn't know it was called Brexit, if you know what I mean. That's even if I believe Michael Wolff. And we're going to go into Michael Wolff, because this guy's got a history of being a fantasist and a liar. But anyway, all of these mad stories were coming out, and everybody was serializing the book. So a comedy Twitter account called Pixelated Boat, who's got 100K plus followers, decided to parody all of these little gotcha moments against Trump that were coming out from the Fire and the Fury book that Michael Wolff had published. And he did this parody. And I'm going to give you the tweet so we can bring it up and credit the original author. If you click on this link, Sam, you'll be able to get through to it. So Pixelated Boat, the comedy account, which is indeed a pixelated boat, said, wow, this extract from Wolff's book is a shocking insight into Trump's mind. And I'll read you the extract. Keep in mind, this is satire, and it'll become very clear very soon that it is satire. On his first night in the White House, President Trump complained that the TV in his bedroom was broken because it didn't have the Gorilla Channel. Trump seemed to be under the impression that a TV channel screened nothing but gorilla-based content. I've got to get through this.
No way, you ain't gonna tell me someone fell for this being real, mate. You can't.
Improv.
Oh, I can't be asked.
Trump seemed to be under the impression that a TV channel existed that screened nothing but gorilla-based content 24 hours a day. To appease Trump, White House staff compiled a number of gorilla documentaries. Into a makeshift gorilla channel, broadcasting the Trump's bedroom from a hastily constructed transmission tower.
What? They wouldn't do that! They'd put it on a fucking DVD, wouldn't they, bud?
Right.
It's fucking the age of PCs. You think they made an actual TV channel for him? They put it on a transmission.
They put it on a tower. They built a tower, mate.
President wants a fucking gorilla channel. Make him one quick.
This is going to break you, though. This is where it gets really bad. However, Trump was unhappy with the channel they had created, moaning it was boring because the gorillas aren't fighting.
Who believes this, man?
Right. We'll get to that. Staff edited out all of the parts of documentaries where gorillas weren't hitting.
Just constant gorilla fighting.
And at last, the president was satisfied. On some days, he'll watch the Gorilla Channel for 17 hours straight. Tyler told me. He kneels in front of the TV.
It keeps getting better.
Oh, man, this is amazing, isn't it? Like, I love this guy for writing this. What a fucking legend. He kneels in front of the TV with his face about 4 inches from the screen and says encouraging things to the gorilla. Like, the way you hit that other gorilla was good. I think he thinks the gorillas can hear him, right?
Fucking hell.
Oh. Right. So, now, Sam, just a question, just a quick question. Is there a world where if you heard that story, would you believe it?
As soon as you said the words Gorilla Channel, I knew it was a lie.
Yeah. But is there any world where, I mean, like, seriously, is there any, we all know Trump's a bit wackadoo, right? But I mean,
not
like,
going to watch gorillas fighting for 17 hours a day, but...
No, you see, there's problems with that story, isn't there?
Fucking hell, but it's giving me double bronchitis, that has.
Right. So let me find you this guy. Because, yes, unfortunately, in the clamor to believe that everything bad about Donald Trump is true, Scott Dworkin, who is the co-founder of the Democratic Coalition and is an MSNBC contributor, also proud member of hashtag The Resistance, and claims he helped uncover the Trump-Russia scandal, is also... it's about real
that don't exist.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he watched... he uncovered it by releasing a story saying that Donald Trump used to watch something called the Putin Channel.
Well, I actually discovered something where I gave all of the UK internet after the government shut all the internet down. I know I didn't, but I did do it.
So you'll see Alex Griswold, who's a great media debunker. You should totally follow Alex Griswold's Twitter account. He's great. He's provided tons of material for this show, just with his sort of diligent breakdown of media spin. And he does it on both sides, despite, people claiming he's alt-right or whatever nonsense you might hear. You can see here, Scott Dworkin said Trump was mad because his TV wasn't getting the Gorilla Channel. Doesn't exist. So staff made videos of gorillas for him. He thought it was boring because they weren't always fighting, so they edited it to just fights. He then watched and spoke to TV as if gorillas could hear him 17 hours a day. That is a retweet from somebody.
Even lied about the fake story, mate. It wasn't 17 hours every day. There was a day he spent 17 hours. See, you can't even get the lies right, mate.
Right. Then you had Samantha Maiden, who is a Sky News journalist, and she tweeted out as if the passage was real. Right? She publicly tweeted this. This is the screenshot of a now deleted tweet. The Trump book says the U.S. President Trump watches gorilla documentaries for hours and crawls around on the floor acting out gorilla stuff. And yeah,
another lie.
Yep,
he doesn't crawl around. He's on his knees.
Yeah, and definitely doesn't
do gorilla stuff. He just says that was a good hit. Strong right hook. Nice left Harambe. Cover up Harambe. Go for the body.
She followed it up with a picture of Harambe next to Donald Trump for some reason. I don't know.
Harambe?
Come on, that's got to be Harambe.
I don't know,
it looks like him, a big, strong, masculine.
I can't really tell what Harambe is. It was a long time ago. I haven't seen him in a while.
I know. I do miss him.
Harambe,
rip Harambe. Somebody. There was There's a guy called Toure who does like a podcast where he talks about politics and stuff. He basically publicly said, well, I don't believe that story. Right? As if, well
done. You've done some serious investigation work there, mate. All it took me was 6 words, but after many hours of deliberating, you have discovered that he's not quite sure on it. Didn't say it was fake. He just said, I don't believe it.
This is my personal favorite. Someone called Litsa Dramusis Tramusis again. These are all screenshots because they deleted the tweets in embarrassment. You know, the hashtag resistance. This is Litsa Dramusis, where she goes, "It's not that I think the gorilla portion of Michael Wolff's book. Keep in mind, it's not in the book. The nerve of commenting on a book, the contents of which you haven't read, based on a tweet that you saw from a clear comedy account called Pixelated Boat.
You did zero research to make sure it was true as well.
Yeah.
Didn't
do you know what I mean?
Fall victim to the gorilla channel, like.
These people call themselves journalists. They don't even look at the accounts where these extracts are coming from. They see something go viral and they just spit it out and regurgitate it as if it must be fucking real. That is your modern journalism, my friends. This is what they do. And then when they get something wrong, they just delete the tweet and they don't recoil in shame or horror. I think about some of the things I've done and gone through when I've been breaking stories on a beat as fucking small and insignificant as esports.
Oh, mate, I've seen you lose your mind before press and publish.
Yeah.
That was a very lispy sentence for something. Lose your mind.
No. It's alright, mate. You remember when we did the Phantom Lord story?
Yeah.
Remember that? I didn't
remember
sleep for days.
Breaking down phrases like, you sure we should publish it? You sure? We sure? We definitely sure it's correct. We definitely sure. Checked. We went through dates and money sendings and time logs and everything. Yeah. Facebooks and Twitters and streams and hours of VODs. And we do that for this story, mate. You think they do it for the fucking president of America, wouldn't they?
Well, it is the Gorilla Channel, Sam. It is the Gorilla Channel.
If the Gorilla Channel exists, you should start right now, because I'd 100% be subscribing.
What?
If there was a Netflix, but gorillaflix.com.
If there was a 24-hour channel of just gorillas fighting
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I travel, when I went away for...
this show would be dead.
Yeah, when I went away for casting, but when you're in a hotel, they usually always have Discovery Channel. And whenever I go away to work for G-Finny, they usually have Discovery Channel. So I watch nature documentaries 24/7, mate. I fucking love it. Love a good gorilla documentary.
You know what I found, though? I guess it's kind of like... when you get used to, like, having something a particular way...
Yeah.
And if there's anything slightly off about it, even if the content is ostensibly the same, or the acting,
like I hate it when the narrator's voice doesn't fit. If the narrator's voice isn't good enough, it's an instant loss.
And
no matter how good it is.
I can't watch him if it ain't David Attenborough.
Yeah, it's got to be an old British guy, like.
Yeah.
It's either an old British guy or like a really epic American sounding guy. You can't just have an average American guy. Don't worry.
Put it this way. I'm gonna put this out there in case any BBC people are watching. What you need to do now is get David Attenborough into a room
and freeze him to make sure he never dies.
No, because why would you freeze him now? Motherfucker's like 90. Like, he don't want to be frozen. Like, what happens? Oh, well, you brought him back.
Yeah, we'll defreeze him when we figured out how immunity is cured. Just make him immortal.
Can't do it. So all you need to do is you need to get him and just basically make a fucking soundboard, and then you can just do wicked nature documentaries forever. Because if you don't,
just offer him like, I'll give you 50 mil. I want you to read every word in this dictionary.
Yeah. Every word in this dictionary, every Latin word in a Latin dictionary. Because people are saying you could just clone him. You can't. His voice might not even come out the same because there's a environmental factor to the voice.
So he might have been smoking. He might have been doing anything.
So anyway, I can't watch it unless it's him. So just saying. But look, back to Litsa Dramusis. It's not that I think the gorilla portion of Michael Wolff's book will keep me up tonight. I think it might keep me up forever. Hashtag impeach. So again,
why is it impeachable to watch gorilla docs anyway?
I do not know.
Why has he got to go to jail for Gorilla Channel? That's unreasonable.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess they would have to try and file it under him not being mentally fit to do the job of president. But I mean, again, I'm pretty sure
the gorilla doc, boy.
If you're telling me that George W. Bush didn't sit in his big old chair watching cartoons in the White House, Tom never gets Jerry.
That damn roadrunner.
You're telling me that never happened, and that wasn't impeachable, was it? So, But yeah, people actually believe the gorilla, the gorilla story.
I let you off once before, but you still got the nerve to come back here and make trouble again. Eh?
Say, children, what does it all mean?